Another use for our West Aussie sea breeze.
One of the world's biggest offshore wind farms could be built in picturesque Geographe Bay. A company called Copenhagen Energy wants to operate the farm 20 clicks off the coast of Binningup. Adding to the ambience of the nearby desalination plant will be 200 wind turbines, each of which is 280 metres high.
How's the Serenity?
280 metres.
They are huge and you will see them on the horizon. But they are also Danish, so they'll be stylish.
Inspirationen til Allé-stolen kommer fra diversitet og kultur.
Because they're so huge and because offshore wind blows late into the night, the turbines are very efficient. Those 200 structures could generate the same amount of electricity as every coal and gas-fired generator, every solar panel and every onshore wind farm in the southern half of WA. One project could almost single-handedly solve our net zero problems.
What's the catch?
Catches. First, Copenhagen Energy needs approvals from the federal and state governments and local councils. That's a lot of red tape. The feds are on board. They're about to give the company the right to operate in federal waters. Roger Cook is tentatively on board. Given the Lewin offshore wind farm, that's its official name, something called lead agency status, which means its approvals processes are fast-tracked.
More rubber stamps.
But Lord only knows what the local councils down there will say. The Not In My Backyard NIMBY warriors will now be saying Not In My Ocean, which is appropriately acronymed NEMO.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
So it's a question of approvals.
Also a question of money. It's always a question of money. You can't just plug that much juice into the existing network of poles and wires.
Tom, how am I going to generate that kind of power? It can't be done, can it?
You need to make sure the grid can handle it, and the upgrades required aren't cheap, $300 million. Copenhagen Energy reckons that if it has to pay that by itself, it can't make the numbers stack up. The project isn't economically viable, so there's a bit of arguing to do there.
How do you transport
A 280 metre high wind turbine with a very big boat. That's another catch. They don't come out as one fixed piece, but even when they're broken down, they're still massive, twice the size of onshore turbines. We could import all the bits and reconstruct them Lego Masters style on land.
This was working 100% before.
But we'll need somewhere to lay them down once they're off the boat, and Bunbury Port doesn't have anywhere suitable. Even if we make them here, there are questions about whether the port is deep enough to get them on site.
So there's still some problem solving ahead.
Nothing is simple when it comes to renewables, but there's clearly money to be made. Gina Rinehart's cashed up courtesy of dividends from the Roy Hill iron ore mine in the past few months, and the national press is now asking this question. The answer is anything she wants.
Well, money's no object.
At the moment, she's using her iron ore money to cockblock any filthy foreigner who wants West Australian lithium. First, she built up a stake in local takeover target Liontown. That meant American giant Albemarle couldn't walk away with the company. Now she's making sure Chilean megafirm SQM can't sweep up junior explorer Azure Minerals, at least not without a fight.
Clearly she doesn't think it's a bubble.
She is going along with this one, puts her at odds with BHP. The big Australian reckons lithium is a big load of hot air and is sticking to its knitting. Said knitting being the export of iron ore to China so that it can be turned into things like locomotives and railway tracks, which BHP then imports so it can transport more iron ore, which China can turn into aircraft carriers.
Train tracks might be quieter, closer to home.
BHP's train drivers are thinking about going on strike in pursuit of better pay. The Mining and Energy Union of WA reckons the hard work and professionalism of the drivers needs to be recognised by the miner. These are the same drivers who forgot to use the handbrake when one of them got out for a mid-journey slash in 2018, thereby turning a loco hauling 268 fully laden iron ore carts into the world's most dangerous ghost train.
I remember that.
Was out of control for 50 minutes before BHP forced a very expensive derailment. So you can kind of understand why the mining company is reluctant to give the 500-odd drivers too much extra money this time round.
Yeah, I'll think about it, okay?
95% of those drivers have voted to go on strike should BHP not meet their demands, and industrial action could range from 24-hour stoppages to just driving the trains very, very slowly. I'm Ben Harvey.
Two young girls, they mattered to people.
There's unexpected turns and unexpected results.